Hey everybody, today we're making lemon cookies. I've already made some. Look how pretty they are, and I know they're going to be delicious. They're lemon cookies with a lemon icing. So these are real easy. I promise you that they bake in 7 to 8 minutes, and that is most unusual when you have a recipe. Usually it takes 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to bake cookies once you get them made and on the cookie sheet. So I'm going to step around there and grab my camera and bring you around so you can see them close up and see exactly what we're going to be making today. Hold on just a second. This is kind of unlike me to be moving around, but I want you to see these. Look how pretty. Look at that. So I'm going to gather our ingredients and I'll be back in just a minute. Today we're going to start by making our cookies first, and then once we get our cookies made, we'll make our icing and frost our lemon cookies with our lemon icing. So I'm starting out with 2 sticks of butter. I've let this sit out and come to room temperature, and we're going to cream our butter and our sugar. Now, remember, those of you who follow me, you know that I cream my butter and my sugar for 10 minutes. You want it to cream, you want it to become fluffy, and it will change color. So I'm to the 2 sticks of butter, which is 1 cup of butter, I'm adding 1 cup of sugar. So I'm just adding it slowly. Try not to just dump it in there all at one time. So I'm going to turn this up just a little bit, and I'm going to set my timer on 10 minutes. And I'll let it cream for 10 minutes while I talk to you about the other ingredients that go in our cookies. So here we have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I have sifted this and measured it. After I sifted and measured, I added 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. I put it back in my sifter. I added 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt, and I re-sifted. So we wanted to mix all of our dry ingredients together. So we have that ready when we get to the point that we add it to our cookie dough. Also, we're using 2 eggs, and I'm using 2 teaspoons of lemon flavoring. This is flavoring. It's by Superior. It's the same flavoring as my vanilla flavoring that I get from Miss Myrt. So I went to see Miss Myrt yesterday, and we had the nicest visit. So I'll talk more about that in just a minute when I come back. But I'm going to let this cream for 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, our butter and sugar is creamed, and you can tell that it's lighter. It has changed colors. It's fluffy. So now let's continue. We're going to add our eggs, and remember we're adding 2 eggs to our cookie dough. And I also let these eggs sit out to come to room temperature. I find that as a rule, my foods do better if I'm using butter or eggs, just to set them out and let them begin to come to room temperature. I'm going to go ahead and add our vanilla flavoring. Again, this flavoring is an all-purpose vanilla flavoring. It is an extract. I think it's an extract. It just says vanilla flavoring for all purposes. I got this at Miss Myrt's. I love her products. Oh, that smells good. So I'm adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring into the cookie dough. I love all things lemon, and I know that you do too, because so many of you tell me that in the comments. And I need for you to comment. If you don't do anything but give me a thumbs up or say yum or a smiley face, then that helps the algorithms and helps to get our videos out more to more people. And so we want everybody to enjoy these good recipes. Now we're going to add our flour. And remember, we have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Once we get the flour incorporated into the cookie dough, I'm going to spoon it out on a cookie sheet. You don't need to grease your cookie sheet. There's enough shortening and butter in the dough that you don't need to grease your cookie sheet. I've preheated our oven to 400 degrees, and it only takes these cookies probably 7 or 8 minutes to bake. But we'll watch them, and you know our ovens vary in temperature, so yours may take a little bit longer or it may take a little bit less. And my first batch always takes a little bit longer because the cookie sheet is cold, it's not warm. But once you get to going, then it seems like it might take the second or third batch a little less time to bake. So let me finish adding the flour and I'll start dipping and I'll come back. Okay, I am dipping our cookie dough onto our ungreased cookie sheet. I placed my cookie dough in the refrigerator. Actually, I put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes to let it just kind of begin to get a little bit firm so it would dip a little bit easier. And I'm just using 2 teaspoons and dipping the dough onto the cookie sheet. I may be putting too many on this cookie sheet, but I'm trying to get 18, a dozen and a half. I think 18 is a dozen and a half. I'm pretty sure that it is. In fact, I know it is. Okay, so there we have it. We have 18 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. And there we have it. I'm going in the oven with them on 400 degrees for 7 or 8 minutes. And then I'll come back and we'll look at them together. Okay, y'all, our first batch of cookies are done. You just want them to be light brown around the edges. And I'm going to flip this over so that you can see. See, it's hot, but it's brown on the bottom. So you want to take these off of the cookie sheet immediately. I don't know how many of you know this, but it's something that young cooks need to know. Your cookie sheet is hot, and so your cookies will continue to bake, and they'll become too brown on the bottom. So I always take my cookies off immediately when I take them out of the oven. So I've already placed another batch in the oven. Again, these cooked 8 minutes, but I think because my oven's hot, really hot, I think that the others might bake in 7 minutes, but 7 to 8 minutes is all that it takes to bake these wonderful cookies. When they all get done and cool, I'll come back and we'll make our icing and frost our lemon cookies. And just like that, we have 5 dozen lemon cookies ready to frost. So now let's make our icing. I have 2 cups of powdered sugar, confectioner's sugar, and I sifted that and then I measured it. To that, I'm adding 4 tablespoons of butter, and I let this sit out so that it'll be soft. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of the lemon extract. I've got vanilla on my mind, but 2 teaspoons of lemon, I'll get it right in a minute, of lemon extract. or lemon flavoring. So now I'm just going to mix this around. If I don't sling it out everywhere. And I'm using my electric hand mixer to mix this. We want this to be kind of like a paste. I want mine to be kind of yellow so that it'll show up as lemon. So now we need to add a little bit of liquid. We just want to make sure that the butter and the sugar is kind of creamed together before we start adding any liquids, because we don't want this real soft, but we do want it to be able to spread. And I have squeezed a half a fresh lemon. And I'm going to be using fresh lemon juice. And I know you're thinking that's going to be way too much lemon, but I don't think it is. And I'm not measuring this. I'm just going to pour a little bit at the time until we reach the consistency. Well, I'll just go ahead and use all of the juice from the lemon, or the half a lemon. It was actually half a lemon. I'm going to frost part of my cookies, and I'll leave probably some of them without frosting on it. Now, that's really pretty. If you wanted it a little bit darker yellow, you could add, of course I love that, I think that's pretty, but I'm just going to show you. You could add just a drop or two of yellow food coloring. So let's see what that does. I like that. It just gives it a little more color to your cookies. I really like that a lot. And this looks like that it's the right consistency to spread. So now I'm going to bring our cookies back and we'll start icing our cookies. Okay, y'all, I have started icing our cookies. I wanted you to see the consistency of the icing, and that's probably too much on there. So you can just take your knife. Well, actually, it probably wasn't too much. You can just take your spatula, little spreader, and just rake the in a downward stroke and ice your little cookies. And I've already tasted this, and y'all, you do need the fresh lemon juice in the icing. This is going to be so good. So you can tell that I have lots of work to do here. It won't take me long, but I'm just going to continue working here. Once I get all of these done, I'll come back and we will sample one of these delicious cookies today. And of course, you know that Doug and I don't need all of these cookies. So someone in my community is going to be the recipient of some good lemon cookies today. I'm not sure who it'll be yet, but I'll find someone who can enjoy these cookies. As we wrap up today's video, I want to thank you once again for being so wonderful and watching our videos and sharing our videos and staying with me and the encouraging comments. You just don't know what that means to me. It means the world, and it keeps me going, y'all. This is a lot of work. If you don't believe me, ask the other influencers, the ones that you watch. It is a lot of work, but it's so worth it because I know that you look forward to it, and I look forward to sharing what little bit I know, and also sharing the goodies with my friends and neighbors in our local area. So anyway, let's taste this lemon cookie and see how it tastes. The icing is crusted over, so it's going to be crunchy. It's going to be good. Y'all, you do need that lemon juice in the icing. This cookie is soft. It's not hard and crunchy. It's soft. And that icing, it is so good. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed day. And I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.